Proactively, of course, if you've got 25% of your workforce, as I say, 20, 15, doesn't really we argue about definitions, but say if 1 in 5 is having a big blue pie, anything you can do to halve that, obviously the classic step change, so 30% of your workforce are spending 25% of their day really pretty zoned out. If you can halve that, that is a significant improvement in your risk management, isn't it?
Hmm.
So you really want to be looking at that, because that will be the root cause, and people say, well, there's no relationship between mental health and accidents. Well, of course there is. It's impossible to untangle, because you've got confidentiality issues and issues of medication and issues of self-medication, and actually unpicking what's causing what is almost impossible for those reasons. But 3 things seem to come through when you look at the research. The first one is that people struggling with mental health are more easily distracted, less situational awareness, less aware of the risk because they're thinking of something else. Second one is they can be quite fatalistic. If you're in a really depressive mood, it's really difficult to care too much, and so you care less about the risk. It's more whatever. And the third thing, of course, is if you're struggling, you can get quite angry, and manifest attitudes and behaviours that are really not helpful, can actually create risk. Certainly, by being angry, miscommunicating, or walking past something you should do and not intervening, because you can actually help create risk. And I think for yourself and others, I think for those 3 reasons, self-evidently, if you're having a really bad day at work, you're going to be causing more accidents. Not necessarily, of course, but overall in percentage terms. So what do organizations do? Well, they need to see getting as many people having a small blue pie as possible as a key strategic aim in terms of their risk management. Because we fall over things, we break things, we're clumsy with people, and we're rude, and they get really upset, and and all that kind of ripples and virtuous and vicious circles. But the other thing they do is they make mistakes that cost us money. They press the wrong button and they switch off Heathrow, one of my clients, or they which makes the news. Or they send the wrong batch to the wrong place, or they forget to check a gauge, or it's et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They make all sorts of very expensive mistakes.